Hey, welcome back to my channel. Last night my wife and I got to see Bad Boys for Life. Yes, this movie was 17 years in the making, with some starts and stops along the way. I know they were planning on making this sooner, but things got pushed off because of Michael Bay's schedule, Will Smith's schedule. So here we are, 17 years later. And is the movie any good? I was pleasantly surprised by how good this movie was. Considering whenever a franchise like this takes that much time off and they decide to make another movie, you get worried. Is it worth going back? Yes, I like those first two movies. Is it worth going back to the well? Is it going to work? Now you have a new director coming in. I mean, those first two movies really solidified who Michael Bay is as a filmmaker. And the first movie gave us Will Smith as an action star or a star in general. So is Bad Boys for Life any good? It absolutely is. It's definitely worth seeing. I was pleasantly surprised. I will say I'm not going to spoil anything because it's a brand new movie. But as we know, Will Smith is back as Mike Lowry. Martin Lawrence is back as Marcus, his partner. We have Joe Pantoliano back as the captain, which is great to see Joey Pants on screen again. Teresa Randall's back as Marcus's wife. And that's about it for returning cast members besides the girl who played the daughter and Reggie. I mean, some of the kids are back, but other than that, for the adult characters, that's pretty much it. Now, this movie surprised me in many ways. First things first, it's very funny. I would laughed out. Me and my wife laughed out loud many times during this film. It's definitely the funniest one of the three by far. I don't think it's even close. This is definitely the funniest one. The action compared to the second one, there isn't as much action. There is action in the movie. Don't get me wrong. It's not. I wouldn't say it's action packed though. Bad Boys 2 is action packed. This one definitely takes a step back from that. But there is plenty of action to go around, don't get me wrong. But it does focus on the story, well, the relationship between Mike and Marcus. Mike trying to come to terms with he's older now and can't do the things that he used to do. He's not as much of a player as he used to be. And Marcus learning that he's ready to retire and not pursue any, not be violent any longer. That's kind of like their path. And just come to terms as there's younger, and then we're introduced to a younger group of cops, the Ammo Squad, which I was worried about. Whenever you introduce new younger characters, it could either work or it could really be a distraction. It actually works in this movie. All the new characters are likable. Their banter with Mike and Marcus, and their characters actually work, and they're in the movie just enough. Like they're not throughout the whole movie. They're in it just enough that you appreciate what they bring to it, but they don't get on your nerves. So actually the new younger team that's in here that works with Mike and Marcus actually works really well. The villains in this movie are probably the most complex out of the three movies by far, and probably the most dangerous overall. There's actually real stakes in this movie where before the first and the second one, I never felt like our boys were in danger per se. In this movie, you could definitely feel that there is a possibility somebody's going to die by the end of the movie. And the movie actually does give you some really big surprises during the movie that I actually did not see coming, because it's a funny movie, but there's actually it's played seriously, but there's a lot of humor between Mike and Marcus. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are great. Their banter, they haven't lost a step. I really, really did enjoy it. My wife enjoyed it as well. And at the end of the movie, I was thoroughly satisfied. Not only did the movie give us compelling villains, the most compelling out of the whole series, and you wanted to root for Will Smith and Martin Lawrence to get through this. And at their age, they don't play down their age at all. They play into it, which I appreciated. Like they didn't try to pretend they're still young guys trying to do all this stuff. At the end of the movie, I was thoroughly surprised at how good the movie was, especially a movie that was dumped in January. This is definitely a movie that should have been released in the summer, but here we are in January, and we got it. And the movie's making a lot of money. It was made on a $90 million budget, which is less than Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 2 had a $130 million budget. And it's already up to 120 in the US and 215 worldwide combined. So I've heard they already greenlit a Bad Boys 4, which doesn't surprise me because Martin Lawrence and Will Smith recently have said they are willing to come back for a fourth one. But yeah, we both thoroughly enjoyed it. I really liked it. I actually think it might be my favorite of the series. I got to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed it. I recommend it highly if you like the first two movies. And the new directors that came in, Belgian directors, did a nice job of paying homage to Michael Bay, but while giving it its own flair, their own flair to the movie. The action's not cut as fast. You can actually see everything. They shoot a lot of the action in wides, not as close up as Michael Bay likes to do, and there is no shaky cam that I can remember. Now, if I see when I watch it again eventually, I can see if there was, but I don't remember any shaky cam, which was great. What a novelty, no shaky cam. Like I said, I like Michael Bay, and I don't have no problem with his style, but sometimes he takes it a little too far. But I really enjoyed it. 8.5 out of 10 for Bad Boys for Life for me. I highly recommend it. If you like the first two movies, you're gonna love this one. I think you might even like it more than the first two. But yeah, it's a really fun time at the movies. Martin Lawrence and Will Smith are great. So is everybody else in the movie. And yeah, check it out. It's definitely worth your time. That's it for me. I'll be back soon with another review. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.